Cole McAninch.
Yep.
Cole McAninch.
McAninch.
How does the pod compare to what you thought?
I didn't know it was like a box. I thought it was like a room by itself or in a room somewhere. It's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, the sounds good.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like for what we're going for. So what have you been doing this morning?
Just had work this morning. It was a pretty boring day, except for pickleball fight, You never know. People are just screaming at each other. Got to go take care of it.
Did it get physical?
No, they're just yelling at each other.
Was it old guys?
Like middle-aged. Some weirdos, I guess. I don't know what they were doing.
What were they fighting about? Like a ball being on the line or something?
No, I guess one of them was cussing at each other like under their breath, and the other one got mad. He guys came in, he was yelling, "Be a man, like right in his face. It's weird.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Those guys that are playing down there all the time, like in the early mornings.
Yeah.
How early was it?
It starts at like 8, I think. But that was at like 9:30, I think.
Could you imagine starting a fight over pickleball at 9 a.m?
No.
I could, but that's just me.
Out of pocket.
A couple of bozos, if you ask me.
Seriously.
So what time were you up this morning?
4:45.
Dang. And you thumbsed up my text at 12:08 last night.
I actually woke up and was just going to the bathroom.
Okay,
so
you went to sleep before then.
Yeah, I went to sleep probably like 10:30.
Jeez, that's really disciplined.
Just take some melatonin and get straight to sleep. Watch some TV.
Because of this? It was a big day doing the podcast?
No, it was just because I usually go to sleep around like 10:30, 11 work days. Try to.
And then you worked from, what'd you say, 5 until 10?
Yeah, 5 to 10.
And how much did you make in there today?
Probably like $100, something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Wait, you get $20 an hour?
No, 15. So less than 100. Not 75. A big math guy.
Yeah,
75.
Easy money.
What are you gonna do with the $75?
I'll just save it, hopefully, but probably not spend it on food, most likely.
What are you saving for?
Nothing in particular. Just I hope to move out of the country eventually, so I got to save up money for that. But
really?
Yeah, hopefully.
Doing what?
I just don't really want to live in the U.S. when I'm older.
Really?
Yeah, I just want to explore, see what the world's got to show me.
What triggered that, or what got you thinking that way?
I don't know. I've always kind of been like that. I just want to travel a lot, see what I can see. And then my sister lived in Spain for like 3 months, and she loved it. So that definitely got me thinking about it. She did it pretty easily for like 3 months.
Pretty easily, like not very expensive.
Yeah, it didn't seem too expensive, but she's also worked a lot longer than me and has a lot more money than me, so that probably helps.
So what do you know what kind of job you want to do?
Not really, honestly. I would love to do something in maybe coaching, but I could also see myself not liking coaching at the same time. So I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing where life takes me.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. And there's no particular spot?
I was thinking Portugal, actually.
Oh.
I don't know. I just read a lot about Portugal and think it's a really cool spot. My dad also likes Portugal. He wants to move there too.
Is it all because of Cristiano Ronaldo?
No. Definitely not.
Is he your favorite player to ever live?
No.
Who's your favorite soccer player?
My favorite soccer player right now, probably Brendan Aronson.
Where does he play?
Leeds United.
That's an EPL team?
No, it's a Premier League team. Yeah, it's a Premier League team.
The EPL is the Premier League, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just call it Premier League. I've never called it anything else.
Why are you laughing about that?
I've never heard it called EPL, but it makes sense. The European.
Yeah, no, it does make sense.
Yeah, I've just seen it written down. Probably no one calls it that, and I'm just so clueless that I just
could definitely see it called that. I don't know.
That's a pretty nerdy favorite player.
Nah, he's from the U.S.
Oh, that's true.
He's from Brooklyn, I think.
Represent.
Yeah, no, he's on the U.S. national team.
Do you like soccer?
Not really.
But you're just sweaty calling it the EPL.
I just have seen it written down EPL because I wouldn't watch like a show or watch like an interview, so I don't know what they call it. I just saw it like written down like EPL standings or something.
I believe it.
It's all about Zlatan. He's the GOAT.
Old as dirt now.
Is he in the Premier League?
No.
He was forever.
Yeah, he was for a long time.
He played for like at least 2 or 3 different teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, he played for a lot of teams.
Played for Chelsea, I think, for a little bit. He played for Manchester United when he was younger.
Yeah, you know all the old players, huh?
Yeah, that's my GOAT.
Is he the guy that played in LA, or is he the headbutter?
No, he played in LA, and I think he's a headbutter too.
I'm thinking of
Zidane.
Zidane. Yeah.
Yeah, he's goated too.
Yeah, that's the headbutter for sure.
He got in trouble for headbutting a lot, right?
Well, he did it in the World Cup final.
Big one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Knocked someone down straight in the chest.
The guy was talking about his wife or his mom, and he just looks at him. It wasn't like a soccer like flopping headbutt, like it was like violent.
It was pretty solid headbutt to the
in
chest.
the chest.
Did he get kicked out of that game? I can't remember.
Yeah, he got red carded.
Instant red.
Yeah.
I still remember watching that game, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I just see the Italian guy on the ground. I'm like, "Oh, he probably like is cramping or flopped about something." And then they show the replay, and he just walks up.
He played for France.
Zidane did, yeah.
He did, yeah.
And it was just crazy because Italy was kind of like the underdog,
Mm.
and like France had Zidane and Thierry Henry and all these people, and then just for that to happen, and then it went to penalty kicks, and Italy won. It was one of the crazier World Cup finals I could remember.
Oh, we won.
France,
Italy.
yeah, Italy won. Yeah.
I just claimed Italy as we.
Yeah, you're Italian. Yeah.
Like a minuscule portion.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm a big soccer fan.
When's
Always have been.
Well, there's a lot of you're right up there with the rest of the world because it's got the biggest fandom of any sport, right?
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, definitely.
Billions.
Basketball's definitely grown though. I say it's probably second, right? Worldwide, maybe third.
I kind of want to look. Whoops.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably second or third, yeah. What else would be second or third?
Maybe cricket.
Oh.
Cricket big like that?
Yeah, it's huge.
Crazy, I didn't know that.
Well, it's really just so big in like some of those like Asian countries, and they like take up like half the world.
Yeah.
This can be a little hard to measure, but according to some estimates, there are approximately 3.5 billion soccer fans worldwide and approximately 2 billion basketball fans.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, that's from foreverrebuilding.com/soccer versus basketball. What's that?
1.5 billion is a big difference.
That is a big difference. Yeah. Yeah. If I had $1.5 billion, I would have a lot more money than I have right now.
Yeah, I second that.
I third that.
Cole, are you rich?
No.
Cole would be straight to Portugal if he had $1.5 billion.
Oh yeah, I'd be out of here.
What would be the method of getting there?
Private jet. If I got $3.5 billion, I'm going to buy one right now.
So buy a jet, fly over, and then what would you do?
Mansion? No, actually, I wouldn't even want a big house. I'd want like a nice house, but like nothing crazy big. I'd just spend all my money on cars.
You're a car fan. Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah, I would have a garage of cars if I could.
How many?
Infinite. I'd be like Jay Leno with it. I'd have so many cars.
What's your first 5 that you would buy?
First 5?
Yeah.
I've always wanted an Audi R8 really bad. Toyota Supra.
Toyota Supra? What's that?
Like, are we talking just like stock?
No.
Toyota Supra?
Like
no.
souped up?
I want that thing. I would go crazy on a Toyota Supra if I had money.
Audi R8, you said?
Yeah, Audi R8.
Audi R8.
Toyota
NOS.
Supra.
NOS with all of them?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, these R8s are nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see those, Aiden?
Yeah, that's easy.
Those are real nice.
Let me think.
Rolls Royce?
No.
McLaren?
I'd take a McLaren, but that wouldn't probably be in my top 5. 3, I'd go.
Escalade?
No.
I love me a nice
I'd
Escalade.
go Nissan GTR for 3rd. 4th, Ferrari 458. And then 5th, I'll go Porsche GT3.
Porsche GT3.
Yeah, you're pretty sweaty with the cars. I'm not gonna lie.
Nissan's nice. What was the Ferrari? What was
458.
458?
That one's just to, like, steeze on people. Just to say I have it.
Just to show off, never drive it.
Oh, that's nice
Oh, I
too.
drive it. I'd drive the wheels off that thing if I had billions.
Porsche what?
GT3.
So we have some older listeners here. What is can you give a Urban Dictionary for steez?
Just like I don't know. I'd just probably say it's like similar to swag. It's a synonym for swag,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Kind of just flows up the tongue easily.
Yeah.
Steez.
So are you a drifter?
I try to be, but it's kind of hard in the car I have now. But hopefully my dad's not listening to this because it's his car. But
What car is it?
I have a Mini Cooper Countryman Sport.
That's your Mini Cooper in there? I
Yeah,
never
the
realized
tinted
that.
windows one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
I've always wanted a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a stick shift too, so it's pretty quick and pretty fun.
5-speed?
6.
6-speed.
Have you ever seen a Mini Cooper with tinted windows?
I don't think so.
Dark as hell.
Yeah, I will soon though.
Ain't nobody seeing me in there.
So did you like GTA Fast and the Furious? Not GTA, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Love that movie.
Wow, you're one of the
Yeah.
few people. I always loved that movie, and
That
everyone
movie's
told me how
great.
dumb it was.
There's definitely a bunch of like the older Fast or the newer Fast and Furiouses are terrible, but like the first like 2 or 3 and Tokyo Drift, I liked them all. I don't know. If you like cars, I feel like you would, but
I feel like the
I
first
liked
one
them.
was the best by far.
yeah, the first one's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
First one's pretty
hard
good.
to beat the original.
Yeah, now they just keep putting them out because they probably make $1 billion every time, but still they're not as good. They're making
Yeah.
a new one that's coming out, I guess.
Yeah, Fast 10. I saw that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be ridiculous.
That's like John Cena and that one guy from Aquaman.
Momoa?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
see that.
During the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, they aired it, and I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty ridiculous.
Like, at some point, the spin-offs have to come to an end.
And they're just adding like more and more steroided out superheroes.
So they
to-
went
to
from
be
they went from The Rock to John Cena to now Jason Momoa or whatever his name is.
Well, and starting with Vin Diesel, I mean, he's got to be taking testosterone, right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I feel
yoked.
like they'll just keep having him on there until his heart stops ticking.
He's got to have 40 or 50 more years. I mean, Sylvester Stallone's still making movies.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how they do it, but
You guys, have either of you ever watched Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller?
sounds familiar.
Heard that? I just got into it. I heard her on a podcast, and she goes all over the world, like different types of trafficking type of things. The
Like people trafficking?
yeah, that's one of them. I haven't got to that episode yet. She's like 3 seasons in, but she's like this little blonde lady, and she gets in like these really dangerous places. Like people invite her in, and they'll always. She interviews the people, but they'll have like masks on. Like they'll either like cover their faces and have little slits, or wear like a ski mask, and they have like a voice changer. It's kind of funny, but it's also.
How do we know that's real?
I guess you don't really, but the way it seems real. Like the first one she does is on scamming, and she goes to Jamaica.
I love a good scammer.
She starts in Jamaica, and then she goes to Israel, and she just interviews people that like the scamming game in the Caribbean and Jamaica especially is like it's like big business. It's like
Scam season.
like organized crime. Yeah, and they talk about the whole thing, and there's like full office buildings that are just like fronts for the scammers. It's more big business in Israel. In Israel, they make like $2 billion a year on scamming, on investment scams. Just
Spend
like
the whole summer.
just like the phone calls we get, and it's just like
Might
And
have to
they-
get into that if I get down bad.
it's
Is that when
it's
Jamaica
pretty
starts scamming?
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. And because the guys, I mean, they're pretty serious, they're pretty
Yeah.
hardcore, the guys she interviews. Like every time she pulls up to a place, because she gets it all arranged, but every time she pulls up to a place, it'll be like one guy or like 2 or 3 guys that are fully covered packing AK-47s, and she's
Yeah.
like, I guess this is our welcoming crew. And she'll walk out there and be like, hi, I'm Mariana, I'm the journalist. And they just won't say anything and start walking, and she'll just follow behind them, and then they'll lead her to these guys, and they'll just be like sitting in dark rooms, and like it's crazy.
Well, I guess
Hell
my
no.
thing is like, how does she get in touch with them? Do they have like a Facebook page or something?
She
And-
doesn't. She doesn't really
Scammers.
give it away.
Scammers.net.
She's been a journalist for a while before this, so somehow she kind of has sources. I don't know.
But again, and also like, what do these people gain out of getting interviewed like that?
Yeah, I feel like it just screws them.
It's kind of just telling their story, I guess. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not trying to like, discredit it all or anything, but I'm just
Right.
like wondering.
Well, you are, but that's fine. It's good. You gotta have the conversation.
Well, I guess, yeah, I feel like a true like, narco or like
Someone
high
trying
level
to
criminal
scam like that or sell anything like that, why would you bring cameras and stuff in there?
Yeah, how do they know they're not being
Regardless.
tracked, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, what's stopping that journalist from going straight to the cops?
Yeah, well, she shows. I mean, she shows them all, like all the people she's worked with around the world. She has like pictures with all these people, and it's a good question. She asks a lot of them why they do it, and a lot of them are like, we just want to get our story out, because they're basically like, we either don't eat, or we steal money. Like there's no opportunity. It's like they're like grow up in the slums of Jamaica, and it's like there are no opportunities. And they're like, we either steal from these like stupid middle class Americans who are just dumb enough to give us money. They're like these people will call them and they just keep giving us money. And they're like, okay, if you get scammed once, yeah, but if you like are giving me $25,000 for a third time and you've never seen me and you've never gotten any money out of it, like you're an idiot,
Yeah, no,
and
that
they're like colonials have taken our resources from our country, and so it's like we're just taking it back. It's, and what she's doing is like giving like a human face to it, because everyone's like, oh, I hate, scammers are like the scum of the earth, and she's kind of just like telling the story about why they do it. So it's really interesting, because the guy in Jamaica was awesome, but she asked him something. He's like, yeah, we thought about, the first thing we thought about when you said you wanted to come in here was like, should we take all your equipment and sell it or not? He's like telling her that. But anyway, so they do scammers, and then they go, she does counterfeiters in Peru, which is really interesting. And it goes through the whole process. Actually, that's the third one. The second one is fentanyl. And she goes and she gets with these cartel guys, and she gets connected to a biochemical engineer who's like making fentanyl on his free time, like secretly in this like little warehouse thing that he's like, the cartel brings over. But it's just, that story's crazy. But then what made me think about this, the third one's counterfeiting, fourth one is steroids. And it shows it's just kind of the steroid game in the US, kind of worldwide, but in the US. Have you guys ever heard of Tony Hung?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of this guy? Is that his name?
Name sounds out of pocket.
Oh, it sounds like a porn name. Yeah. That's his name.
Tony
hilarious.
First.
Tony Hung.
Doctor. Not the doctor.
So he was a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
He was a lawyer, and he got into steroids, and he got his doctorate degree to become a lawyer. He's like a juris doctorate or whatever, whatever they're called. So he calls himself a doctor. He's not a doctor, but it shows him taking this guy through a Mr. Olympia trial, and it shows his parties. Like Dr. Tony Hung is like openly, I know, right? No, that's not him.
I bet the search results for that was out of pocket.
Oh gosh. Doctor
Tony Hung, huh?
But they show him at these parties. Huge. Sorry, Tony Huge. Is it even worse? His name's Tony Huge, but they go to his parties, and at his parties he has two needles behind his ears, just like just like someone had blunts behind their ears or whatever. Crazy. So he's sitting there, he's like in a hot tub with a bunch of girls, and he pulls the thing out, and he pulls it out, and he sticks it in his chest, and he's like, shh. He's just like sit, like it's crazy. Just shows like they're all just shooting up all the time. And he's like, he claims that it's like the next step in human evolution. Like he's convinced that they're creating superhumans, and like, and encourages everyone to do it. It's crazy. I watched that one last night. Coy watched it with me.
That's
Probably good for him.
Yeah, he's better get yoked. He's better be a
Always
bodybuilder.
like,
Yeah.
Tony Huge, Tony Huge.
So I'll watch
Goes
some
from
more.
Lightning McQueen to Tony Huge.
I'll watch some more and report on him later.
That guy is pretty huge.
I couldn't do the needles. Hell no.
That dude's like a human version of King Kong.
Yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah, that's something. What's this series on Netflix?
Hulu.
Hulu.
It's this one, but she does it for National Geographic. It's through National Geographic. This is her right here. Mariana Van Zeller is an original documentary series that explores the complex and dangerous inner workings of the global underworld.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
Shout out
That'd be a
Mariana Van
crazy
Zeller.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
you guys should check it out because it's fun to watch.
That
That
sounds
sounds interesting.
intense.
So, you seem pretty intense.
Me?
Yeah. When you compete.
Yeah, I don't know. Something just comes out of me when I play basketball. I'm pretty relaxed outside of basketball. I don't really do much. Pretty calm dude, but as soon as I start playing, I don't know. I just get aggressive.
Was it like that in other sports too?
When I played football, I was just kind of a menace. Like I just didn't really, I wasn't like aggressive like I was for basketball, but like I just didn't really care. Like I just throw my body around type player.
And when was the last year you played football?
Like 8th grade, I stopped pretty early.
Yeah.
Stuck to basketball.
Did you play soccer in high school?
No, I still wish I did, but I never did.
Do you
unfortunately.
ever play like for fun or anything?
Yeah, I had a couple roommates when I was at Lane that we would play soccer because we lived right next to Hayward and all those soccer fields.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just go down there and play all the time.
And are you good?
I wouldn't say I'm good, but I'm not the worst player you'll ever see.
Yeah. You look like a soccer player, just your build.
No, that's what I've been told. Should have stuck to it, I guess. But
And your hair.
yeah, no, the hair's different. Hair's different for sure.
So you're just something a flip switches when you get in between the lines.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I've always kind of been like that. That's just like something about basketball. It kind of makes me angry.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not angry, but like I can just like release everything. So I just like, I don't know. I just don't really stress outside of basketball. But when I get in there, I just want to win. Like I really hate losing. That shit pisses me off for real.
Some days you seem kind of angry.
Yeah, no, if the red team's not doing too well, I definitely get a little angry at practice. Try to hold it in, but every once in a while it comes out a little bit.
Yeah.
Every other day.
Whoa.
It's not as much now. It's calmed down a little bit as the years
I've
gone
been
along.
doing good. I've been doing good.
How would you say my refereeing compares to like the Cascade Conference?
I'd say
honestly, I'm not sensitive. My skin's really thick on this one.
I'd say you're better than our refs,
Uh-huh.
but not by much.
Not by much.
Not by much. That's saying something. Our refs aren't great.
Yeah, that's not a ringing endorsement. What are my biggest faults as a referee?
I'd be getting hacked. No calls.
I'd be
No
getting
calls.
hacked, he said.
I drive way too much to the basket to not be getting these calls.
Oh, so it's the LeBron argument. I drive a lot, so I should get the calls.
I'd be getting hacked. I swear. I'm not folding on that. I'd be getting hacked in practice.
It's crazy because both teams swear that they get fouled more than the other.
I know.
It's just like it's constant.
I feel like it would always be like that on any team.
Like one day the black team will just be like, "Oh, you get red every cause. You're on red," and the other day it'll be like, "Oh, you just want black to play."
Right. The way they argue. The one consistent thing that I've noticed in my career as a coach is that every single team is the exact same way when it comes to refereeing in practice.
Yeah, makes sense.
Uh-huh. They all kind of complain
Everybody
a
thinks
lot.
they should get calls.
Mm-hmm. And they feel like it's really personal if you're not calling the call on them.
Exactly.
It's kind of funny because like I know I miss a lot of calls in practice,
Yeah,
and I mean it's not like my main
yeah,
focus. Well,
yeah.
it depends what we're doing. It's not always my main focus, but it'll be like one play. I didn't really see it, and someone will complain. I'm like, well, he probably, I probably missed that call, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next play will be like an obvious like tomahawk chop to the arm, and they'll complain the exact same way. You know what I mean? Like I didn't touch him. And it's like, well, I saw it and everyone heard it, and his arm's all red and bleeding. So it's just kind of funny. What about that dunk in the last one?
The last, like
The
most
last
recent
one against Walla Walla.
That was a pretty fun one.
That was a nice one. What caused the head tapping on the way back down the floor?
The head tapping was from their coach telling me I was a rim grazer. I don't know why that stuck with me, but for some reason in the first game we played him, he told me I was a rim grazer, and that pissed me off. So I had to get one, and I was definitely gonna talk shit on the way back, regardless of what happened. I did not care about the tech. I was getting one, and I did not care.
So the tech was worth it.
Oh, worth it, 100%.
Did you look at him?
Oh yeah, straight at him.
Did he make eye contact?
Oh yeah, I was talking to him the whole way down the court. He knew.
And what'd he say?
I couldn't tell you. Didn't care.
Where was his mouth moving, or was he just staring at
Nah,
you?
he's just staring at me, I think.
He just wore it.
Yeah.
Weren't you guys talking after the game in the hallway?
A little bit. Nothing too crazy. Just some friendly banter.
Was it really? Well, like, was he like talking?
Yeah,
Like,
it's on the way to the bus. Not like anything crazy. It was like mostly respectful.
yeah.
I say respectful lightly.
This guy. Was it a rim grazer at Walla Walla?
Absolutely not. 2 hands on a dude's noggin. Can't get much better than that.
When did you start dunking?
Honestly, I couldn't dunk till like my senior year of high school, like really dunk. Like I could get like travel with like palming the ball before I dunk type dunks when I was like a junior. But before, yeah, I didn't really get like, I probably couldn't even dunk off 2 feet till like a year and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Your first in-game dunk was as a senior?
Like, yeah, fall of my senior year, I think. Like in this fall league type deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That's kind of crazy because you dunk hard and you get up.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot more athletic in the past like year and a half for sure.
And what do you attribute that to?
Honestly, last summer, Zoe got me on a good lifting program. I feel like that helped a lot for sure. Just like 2-foot bounce and stuff like that. My legs got a lot stronger over the last summer.
So can you share the secrets? Like what's this lifting program?
Volt, the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just do
That shit,
whatever's
yeah.
on. He just gives you the thing and you do it.
Yeah.
Are you still doing it during the season?
No, I don't really like lifting during the season. I feel like I don't know. I feel like my legs get a lot more dead.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's in like the past. I feel like that's happened.
The NBA guys act like they lift all season. It just seems like
It's more
how
like
do you do that?
mobility lifts. Like we lifted after games at Lane, and I kind of like that because it was just like a good like made your legs feel better after games because there's nothing like heavy lifting. It was like a lot more mainly stretching really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's not too bad. I didn't mind that.
Is that what it is with the NBA guys? Do you know that? It's like it's not really like power
Well,
lifting?
it's kind of like what we did. Like sometimes, well, mostly in the preseason. Like if we'd split it up. We'd have one group lift like super heavy low reps before practice, and then we'd have one group do like a little more high volume lower weight after practice.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the higher weight sort of gets your muscles activated before like more plyometrics and like which is what basketball is.
Mm-hmm.
And then after your legs are tired, it's just good to do like a lot of reps instead of super heavy weight while your legs are already tired. So I think that's kind of what they do, and they obviously have a lot more like science involved in it and stuff to track how people are feeling, the athletes. But yeah, I liked how we did it. I'm not sure why we haven't done anything like that this year.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that we didn't have team lifts or anything.
But it's not like we're getting punked ever or anything. I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
got some strong dudes for sure.
we're one of the stronger teams in our league, I feel like.
It seems like
most everybody lifts on their own.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Who do you live with?
I live with Khalil and Will.
And how's that treating you?
It's pretty cool. Everybody's kind of sticks to their own routine, does what they're going to do. We never really got our house like fully set up, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, it looks like it's in construction still.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We never like set up our living room or anything. We just kind of chill in each other's rooms if we hang out.
So do people ever come over?
Nah, I mean, yeah, we have people over in like our rooms and stuff, but we never really chill in the living room.
You never do? That's
No.
crazy.
We have 2 living rooms, and one of them just has nothing in it, and the other one just has a couch.
How many square feet is this house?
I have no idea.
It's on
honestly.
Clay Street, right? I remember you
Yeah.
said you live on Clay Street.
Yeah.
Has 2 living rooms and 3 bedrooms.
Yeah. Me and Khalil's bedrooms are pretty small though.
And how much do you guys pay?
Like me and Khalil pay 800, I think.
And what's Will pay?
I have no idea. He pays a little extra because he wanted the master, which I was fine with. I didn't mind either way.
So probably like $2,600 a month.
Something like that, yeah. It's not
Right.
too bad. It's not horrible, but
That's kind of expensive though.
yeah, definitely hyped to move to an apartment a little cheaper.
Is that what you're doing when season's over?
Yeah. I think I'm moving into an apartment April 1st.
And
for
are
sure.
you sticking around in the summer?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Just gonna
At
work
least most
out
of
and
the
work?
summer.
Yeah.
I think
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah. I'll be like home on the weekends and stuff maybe, but it's not too far. In the Mini, you can make that drive in hour 45.
Kind of gas mileage does the Mini get?
It's horrible.
Really?
I think it's just because the way me and my dad drove it, or drive, and how I drive it currently, how he used to drive it. But I think it gets like 19, 20 to the gallon. Not great.
And that's even on the highway?
I have no idea what it gets on the highway. I'd be razzing that thing on the highway though, so probably not great.
Is it fast?
Yeah, I'd say it's fast.
I'd say it's more quick than fast.
Quicker
yeah,
than
I mean the
fast.
top speeds, I've got it up pretty high.
What's the highest you've gotten it up to?
148.
Wow. That's
That was
fast.
Undisclosed location.
Yeah, good.
Without
Jeez.
NOS?
Without NOS, yeah.
Was that scary?
No, it's pretty smooth, high speeds, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Is that the fastest you've ever driven a vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah, that is, unfortunately. I haven't had a car that can go any faster than that so far.
I had a Nissan I don't even remember when I was in college. It was like a really weak car, not a, just like a little. And going to California for spring break to watch Bob Dylan. We went to Santa Cruz. We were going to Santa Cruz, and like when it first starts, I don't know if it's first, but you start coming down into the Central Valley in California. There's this big long hill, and we went as fast as I could, and I hit 115, and it just cut out. I guess it had a governor on the engine or something.
That's funny.
But that's the fastest I ever went.
Damn.
And then like 10 minutes later, we're driving, and my buddy Nate is he's like, "Oh, that sucks," because he looks over and there's like a guy getting pulled over going that way.
Damn.
And then I look in my rear view, and there's just lights just flying up behind me, like they were. I think it was aircraft that got us, and they were just pulling us both over at the same time.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I still haven't got pulled over yet.
Never?
Somehow. No.
Jeez.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, keep that rolling.
Yeah, seriously, knock on wood.
They got me at like 88 or something. It wasn't, and it was like $125, so it wasn't even that big of a ticket.
Damn.
I know.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I've never got a ticket. I've been pulled over quite a bit, but I've never actually been ticketed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
The lead
a
talker.
sweet talker. Officer, there's no excuse for me driving that fast. I kind of have a faster car, so it's kind of like, I just get going a little bit sometimes,
Yeah.
It's like, all right, watch it, and he just walks away.
Well, it's an American muscle car too. They probably like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising. Usually, I feel like they like to give tickets to those kind of cars.
Oh,
as
do they?
opposed to like a Mini Cooper.
They'd never see the Mini coming. Turn the lights off. I'm out of there.
tinted windows.
Have you ever been in a car accident? Did I ask that?
No, I haven't. I've had someone rear end me in a parking lot, but that's it.
Nothing.
Not in the Mini, luckily. I'd be pissed if it happened in a Mini, but
Why is that?
I love that car.
Ah.
It's fun as hell to drive. I love it.
Yeah.
My dad loves it too, so he'd be pissed as well.
How old is it?
My dad got it when I was in high school. At some point. I don't know, maybe like sophomore, junior year in high school. I didn't get it till last year though.
What'd you have before that?
Honda Civic.
Oh, you did?
Yep. And I had a Jeep for a little bit. That was my sister's. I hated that car though. I did not like the Jeep.
How come?
Slow as dirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever take it off road?
No, I never got the chance. I didn't have it for that long. I only had it a couple months.
So how did you play in high school?
How did I play?
Yeah, what was your playing style?
Same it is now.
Yeah, I shot a lot more threes in high school though.
Did you make a lot?
Yeah, I was a pretty good shooter in high school. I don't know what happened.
The line moved back.
Yeah, seriously.
Is that what it is? Just a
have no
little, a
idea.
little farther.
Yeah, maybe.
You're streaky.
Yeah, I'll get it going. We'll see.
Yeah.
JR.
I am J.R. Sweezy.
Who's that?
J.R. Smith.
Oh.
Any JR?
I thought a Ryder. Yeah, pretty much the same, huh? Who's your favorite player in the league?
Right now
Yeah.
or all time?
Let's
Both.
go right now to start, and then all
All
time.
right, right now, let me think. I might have to be Shaden Sharp on the Blazers.
Really?
That boy is a pogo stick.
I coached against him in high school during the COVID year.
Really?
Yeah.
He's yeah, I just like him. I just love the Blazers. So the young players on the Blazers, I always enjoy watching them.
You like dunking?
Yeah, Anthony Simons too.
Uh-huh.
They're both tough.
So how's the future looking for the Blazers?
Bleak.
Rough.
Really?
It's always
Rough.
looking bleak for the Blazers, if we're being honest.
Ever since Aldridge and Matthews and Batum left the team.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been Dame's the GOAT for the Blazers, but it's been tough.
Did they made the Western Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
With Aldridge and those guys.
They lost to the Warriors in 5 or 4.
And have they ever made it past the first round?
They didn't make it with
I don't
Aldridge.
think they did make it. They made it with Dame.
They made
like,
it
when
with
he was by
Dame
himself.
and CJ and
Yeah, I guess not by himself.
Nurkic and
After Aldridge.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
when Aldridge went to the Spurs.
Wait, did they make the Western Conference Finals and then fire Terry Stotts
Yeah.
I think it was the next year after that.
too after that?
Yeah, but I didn't really understand that. It's not like Chauncey Billups has been great either.
Mm-hmm.
And he came with some baggage that I forgot about.
Yeah, what was it? What do you have?
Well, I remember before he was with the Pistons, he was with the Celtics, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
And he got like accused of sexually assaulting and like covering it up.
When he was playing with the Celtics?
Yeah.
That was his first spot, right? That's who drafted him.
Yeah.
And then he went to the
Then he went to the Pistons and
became
everyone sort of forgot about it a little bit.
a Hall of Famer.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. Is he?
Chauncey?
I don't know.
He might be.
Borderline Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was just kind of throwing that out there. I don't know.
He's
He's
definitely borderline
Yeah.
basketball wise.
I don't think he's quite there.
2 titles. He's more of like a clutch guy. And his. Should we see what his stats were?
Yeah.
Probably mids.
Didn't they only win 1 ring or was it 2?
I thought they won back to back, but I don't remember.
I thought they only won 1. Maybe they did 1 too.
Let's see.
With Big Ben
Yeah,
Wallace.
just one. You're right. Just one.
Yeah.
Like 01, wasn't it?
I think it was
4.
04,
I was gonna say
Yeah.
03 or 4.
NBA Finals MVP.
Oh.
15.2 points a game, 5.4 assists a game, career statistics. So those
Chauncey was Finals
were
MVP.
in Finals
Yeah.
MVP.
They
I know
beat
Ben
the-
Wallace deserved it more.
5-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real borderline.
A really good player, but I'm just not sure. Hall of Fame, I think you got to be a little
Different.
above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put him in there either.
It's hard just because obviously those guys
So
are
much
really
talent.
good. Yeah.
So all-time, who's your favorite?
Think carefully.
I'd have to go Allen Iverson.
Ooh, he was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think he's the one that made me love basketball when I was a kid, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I just like the disrespect he played with.
He wasn't playing when you were, wait, what was he? When was he playing?
He was like older when I was like started like really remembering basketball, but it's like highlight tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
I loved watching his highlight tapes.
Yeah.
I used to watch him all day, every day.
He was the man. I loved Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
He was fun to watch.
I had his slam when he had the afro.
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah,
that? The
yeah.
Slam magazine, he had his
Yeah.
afro because he never pulled his hair out.
Yeah.
I had that on my wall when I was a kid.
I had his black Sixers jersey for a while.
That was a good one too. Yep. Yeah, because he where did he graduate? High school, like 96 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a 96 draft class.
Does that sound right? 96 draft class? Okay.
He graduated he went to Georgetown, ain't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for 2 years, I think.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Then you had that, like, he didn't
That
have,
was in
he
high
didn't have a,
What were you gonna say?
The fight?
I was going to say the fight, but didn't he also have, like, someone accused him of murder or something, too?
I don't know about that. I don't remember.
think so.
Okay, I know.
I'm
I
not
remember the
saying he
fight,
didn't, but
where he almost didn't get into Georgetown.
Yeah, at the bowling alley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was legendary.
Virginia
That
Beach.
shit, that was crazy. I've seen the video a million times. You could not tell that was him. I don't know how he got convicted for that.
No, it sounded like it was just a she said type of thing.
Yeah.
And he was targeted.
Yeah.
And he played
'Cause he was
quarterback too.
famous. Yeah, he was nasty.
They said he was a better football player than basketball player.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
Shows right.
That 96 draft class was pretty insane.
Who else was in that? Is that Ray Allen too?
Kobe.
Wow.
Bean.
I feel like there was a couple other really good ones too. Who went number 1? I think it was Tim Duncan. No,
We're gonna
that might have
find
been too
out.
early.
Yeah. No, Tim Duncan was younger than that. Or older than that, I mean.
No, I think he was 96. Maybe he was
Maybe.
98 or something.
Timmy D.
Tim Duncan.
Ooh, right there. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Peja Stojakovic, Steve Nash, Ray Allen.
Nash. Vince Carter?
Those were just the most all-stars. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal, Peja, and Antoine Walker. That's it.
It's a great class.
It is a good class.
Plus you have Big Z.
Samaki Walker in there.
Go.
D. Fisher.
Go back in the day.
It's kind of a chair though.
Cavs Big Z. Different.
He was good though. He was an all-star.
He was like one of the first, other than Dirk, like shooting bigs.
Yeah, he used to be cheese on 2K.
He was.
Big Z for 3.
Picking Pop God.
Different.
So what's going on? What do you want to do with your life? You're gonna
my life?
Yeah. See, what's your degree in?
Business management.
And you want to own a business?
I have no idea what I want to do, honestly.
The real question is, are you a businessman or are you a business man?
Like I could be a business man.
Okay. Good pause.
I don't know though, honestly.
So you don't really have plans, so you're kind of just focused on playing basketball, and then when that's done, you'll decide?
I just want to somehow make enough money to just be able to do whatever I want.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, that's everybody's dream though, probably.
So your life is kind of the way you dunk. You just elevate and decide in the air.
Yeah, no, I would describe it like that. Just go through life and just see what happens.
I feel like you could probably make some NIL money off that dunk and the police chair.
I'm just waiting for the cheddar from Ball's Life, man.
Yeah.
Hella views, no money for me, man. It's the deal.
They just stole it all from you, didn't they?
Yeah, they probably generated at least some money from that.
Oh yeah.
So how crazy was that whole thing?
It's pretty nuts. I've never really done something like that. I've had some cool plays, but nothing really compared to that, honestly. I just couldn't even believe I did it when I hit the ground. I was like, damn.
Really? So just so we know, everyone knows it was the dunk against Eastern Oregon. It was a huge game for us. We had to win that to really give ourselves a good shot to be I guess in the position we are now with the shot at the national tournament. And we kind of stomped them, right?
Yeah, we trashed on them for sure.
Fairly close early, but there was just a ton of energy. Probably the biggest crowd, right? That's when all the football players were there. It was a huge crowd.
Yeah, that was our first big crowd for sure.
And then late in the game, you got an outlet, a steal. How'd you get it?
I think it was a steal, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think they just missed and they had
maybe I got a rebound or something.
They had sort of thrown in the towel, and we were just like, we kept running and playing hard, and then Cole just happened to.
So you get the ball deep, and there was one guy back maybe.
Yeah,
but he was
at half court, and he didn't really try. I blew by him.
And then there was the guy back in the key.
Made a bad mistake.
And what were you thinking when you had the ball at half court and you blew by that guy? What were you thinking?
After I blew by the dude, I saw homie like running towards the rim, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's small as hell. I'm gonna bang on this dude." And then I jump, kind of like forget what I'm doing in air, like everything just goes blank, and then I just see like I'm on the way down. I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta boom it," and then I just put it in the rim and shit hit the ground. I was like, "What the hell just happened?" That shit is crazy.
Did it hurt when you hit the ground?
Not really. I just had so much adrenaline. I just got up. I was like, "Holy crap, let's run!" I was excited.
Did you hear the crowd?
Yeah, it was loud as hell in there.
So you heard? What did it feel like?
It was just pure adrenaline. I was so excited when I got up. I was like, that's my first like real poster,
Uh-huh.
and that was a pretty good one to start it on, honestly.
So probably the best adrenaline rush you've ever had on a basketball court.
Yeah, most likely. I'm surprised I didn't get a tech too. I was going because all like the crowd was going crazy, and they stopped the game for a second,
That
and I
was
was
crazy.
talking crazy.
I've never seen anything like that. They
Yeah, I've
literally
never had them stop the game like that. That was
just
pretty
because
wild.
of how crazy the crowd was going. And I feel like Eastern kind of just like stopped a little bit. Like they themselves were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that just happened to us.
I just feel bad because his whole family was there.
Oh, they
Just
were,
tough.
huh? I
Just
forgot.
tough.
They were sitting right behind our bench.
Yeah.
What were your what were you going through your head, or what were you feeling when that all happened?
Well, leading up to it, I was like, I kind of had the intuition that he was gonna try at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my head, I was like, he's either gonna get fouled and miss it or something. And then when it finally happened, I was like in shock. I was just like jaw to the ground, just like, how did that? Because it kind of was like, I don't want to say it wasn't smooth because it was really nice, but it was like he went up and then he got hit. Like it was an and one, first of all. Like,
yeah.
He got hit in the chest. And then when he finished it, I was just like in shock because I feel like I've seen so many dunks in my lifetime that like not a whole lot will impress me. Just because I mean we've all seen just like so many people get dunked on and like
Yeah.
it's just a part of the game sometimes.
Yeah.
But in that moment, like down the stretch to the game, it was like sort of anticlimactic. Like we were winning by like 20.
Yeah.
And then just to get that again, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was just like a burst of energy that it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm notorious for just like getting excited about everything on the court, right?
Yeah.
But and I always get excited for dunks, but that was the only time I can remember in my life where like it was kind of the same thing. It was like, no way he's trying, like, this is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You look like you could tell you were going for it. And it was like, he's gonna not even get close to the rim. He's gonna be like 3 feet short. And then when it happened, it was just like this whole it was like true disbelief. Like I couldn't, like I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
I had the same like adrenaline rush going through my body that
crazy.
you had, and then to like have that happen and then see the video and like see what everyone was doing, it was so great.
And just the reaction of the crowd was awesome.
The reactions
too.
were comedy.
People running out of the building and like the refs stopping the game. Like
yeah,
that was just insane.
I saw the ref at Mod Pizza after the game, and he literally wanted to see the video and was like going crazy. I was like, bro,
are you serious?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Well, of course, Matt's got a film, caught the whole thing because he's the best in the business.
Matt's got a film's goated.
Has there been a play that he's missed all year, like an awesome play?
No, he got our Josh's game tying shot at William Jessup. Like he's got it all.
Got Cole's most recent dunk too.
Both of them, yeah.
On the face, on the head. Yeah, and it was just crazy because there was like people, like my wife just happened to be videoing because I guess it was into the game. She was trying to get it done. Yeah, that angle
was dope too.
So she got that. Yeah, Matthews is the best video, of course, but she had a cool angle. And then, of course, there's like the game video had a different angle. There's just all these different angles of the same thing. So then Matt's got a film. That's what it's called, right? Matt's got a film, put the video out. He did a really good job with it. And then it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, it just somehow blew up. I didn't even think it was that nice until I really saw the video and was like, damn, this could do something. And then it just blew up pretty crazy for a little bit there.
And what did you have anything to do with promoting it, or was it just like Matthew put that video out and then it just all happened?
Yeah, Matthew posted it. I just put it on my story, like my Instagram story, just because like to give him a shout out for filming it and stuff. And then I guess a ton of people like added ESPN and SportsCenter, Balls Life, whatever. And then they just saw it, I guess, and they liked it too.
And so it went on Balls Life first, right?
And then some weird SportsCenter account.
Yeah, I could never find the SportsCenter one.
It's like SportsCenter Next or some shit.
Oh, they have like
kind of
20 accounts.
Yeah, they have a bunch of accounts.
So how many views? What was the most views it got on one of those two?
I don't know. I could look real quick.
Because I remember asking you a little bit about it. You were saying how crazy it was, like all the notifications you got.
Yeah, my phone was blowing up for a little bit after that. Like I had a ton of friends and stuff hitting me up. A bunch of people I haven't talked to in forever just saw a random dunk randomly saw me on Instagram.
How many follows did you get from that?
Probably like 300 or something like that. Yeah, my
Pretty
phone blew up
crazy.
for a little
That
bit.
is crazy.
It's at 850K right now on Balls Life.
850,000 views.
It's pretty wild.
That's insane.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of random people.
Yeah. No, I had people from around the country just like, hey, I saw this Southern Oregon guy. And I was like, nah, just telling the story. So
Yeah, we offered a recruit last night, and I saw he went to our Instagram page and he instantly liked that video.
he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So was it weird after that not being able to get any dunks for a while?
It wasn't that long, was it? It was only like
I feel like I got a couple that just like weren't that nice.
Yeah, no, I just kept
Went
giving
under
him a
the
hard
radar.
time.
Yeah, I went a couple games dunkless. I was feeling like a bum.
No, you've gotten how many dunks do you have this year?
I don't know.
You don't
Probably
count
like
them?
6 or 7.
yeah,
Not
I
that
mean
many.
we played Eastern, I think, on a Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we played CUI after, right?
See you by
Yeah.
after.
So we played CUI,
Or
And
no,
then
we played CUI
OIT.
then Eastern,
Oregon
right?
Tech. No, I think we played CUI after Eastern.
At home we did. The first time we played C by first and then it
Yeah,
flip-flopped.
So we had those two, and then we had
OIT on Tuesday.
and then we had the road trip to Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 4, and then LC. So
I had one against
little 5-game break.
I had one against Multnomah too, though.
Did we play Multnomah between those?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had played those two, and then we went to Seattle.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because that was like our senior night.
Yeah, so how's the season feeling? Is it weird being like at the end right now of regular season?
It felt like it went crazy quick. I feel like we just started. We just
Mhm.
started practice. All of a sudden, we're at the last weekend.
And how are you feeling going into these games, Corbin and Bushnell?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I think we can get both of them into the season really well. Hopefully.
Are you
Time will
excited for
tell.
these games? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty
nervous?
excited to go play in my hometown for sure.
Uh-huh.
Get all my friends out to the game.
Have
See if
you-
we can make it a home game.
You have a little extra motivation for against the Bushnell Beacons.
Yeah, I got a little extra motivation against the Bushnell Beacons for sure.
So you were formerly a Bushnell Beacon.
Yes, I was formerly a Bushnell Beacon.
No,
And
he
was-
was actually a former
Lane Titan.
Northwest Christian.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I
was
don't
Northwest
associate with
Christian.
Bushnell Beacons, only Northwest Christian.
Were they Beacons at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
was
were
the
always the
mascot was
Beacons.
still the Beacons.
And you're so
What even is a beacon?
the
It's
light
like a
of your beacon was
beacon
not
with
bright
light in
enough?
it.
Uh,
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It truly
it
wasn't.
was pitch black.
Were they were you asked to not return or did you choose to not return?
I chose. I chose to not return. I chose not to return for sure.
Uh-huh. And so it wasn't a great experience. So what do you want to do when you go back there?
I want to get a dub.
Yeah.
Show them why I left. You know.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, the basketball. It wasn't really the basketball. It was more like I just didn't really fit in at the school. You know, that just wasn't my spot.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know. That's how it worked out.
What's been cool about Southern so far that you like?
The atmosphere around basketball here is just like a lot better than anywhere I've like been at before. Like even like just like the team atmosphere. Like even at Lane, like we were all like super good friends on the team, but besides the people I like lived with, I didn't really hang out with the team that much. But like here I'm like with our team like every day outside of practice and stuff. Like
What-
I'm about to go hang out with Admar like right after this. Like we like I don't know, it's just like I feel like our team's a lot closer.
What
than
about
other
like
teams I've been in?
what about the city of Ashland?
Honestly, I thought that was my biggest worry when I was coming here. I thought I was gonna be really bored, but I don't know. It's just like any other city I've ever been at. Like you just find stuff to do.
I feel that.
There's always something to do. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at like being just like entertaining myself. Also, like I can just chill in my room if I need to, play some video games, watch some TV, like whatever.
Yeah.
What do you do? Did you ask what do you do outside of that? Like do you ever get out and about? What do you do in Ashland?
No, yeah, I definitely get out and about a decent amount, just like go downtown or whatever. I don't know. I'm more of a homebody though. I like to like just chill at the house or like someone else's house.
Mm-hmm.
Stay out the way.
Yep. You drive cars, right? What else do you do? Like, are you an outdoors guy at all? Or you just stay at home and hang out?
I don't know. I'll go outdoors if I love the snow, but
Mm.
it doesn't snow too much here. I wish it would. I'll go sledding anytime, any day of the week. I'll go sledding.
I think there's some good sled tracks up on Mount
Yeah?
Ashland. Have you ever been on Mount Ashland?
Mm-mm.
It's
Do
steep.
you like to ski or snowboard or no?
I've never been. I've been cross country skiing, but it's not really
It's not
actual
as,
skiing.
not as
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, definitely not as fun.
Are you a snowboarder skier?
Yeah, I've skied quite a bit in my life.
Have you skied Mount Ashland? It's steep. It's really fast. It's like it doesn't.
I need to go skiing sometime or snowboarding, either one.
I don't really know anything about it, but it's and it's not like a major destination because it's not a very big mountain. There's not many runs, but that's like the first place I ever snowboarded, which didn't last long. I mostly like fell down and hit my face and my back and all that stuff. But everyone says it's hard to learn on because it's really steep and fast.
Yeah, I've only been to Hoodoo, Bachelor, and then I've been skiing in Colorado too, but that was insane.
Which one?
I forgot the name of the mountain. I was pretty young. It was in Aurora though.
Oh, it was in Aurora.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like it was like fresh powder like the whole time because it was just snowing so hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was super smooth. But
one of my good friends lived in Steamboat Springs for a couple years, so I remember him talking about some of them, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not like huge into it, but like my family did it a little bit, and I have a lot of family that lives in Bend, so it's easy to like stay with them and then go to like Bachelor or something. So.
So what's your feelings on Lithia water?
The little water fountains downtown.
Uh-huh.
Ugh, that shit is gross.
Really?
That shit tastes like
Rotten eggs.
Yeah, like straight up rotten eggs.
It's kind of refreshing though if you get a gulp in.
No, that's foul. I would really, if I swallowed, I'd yak for sure.
When's the last time you took a drink of it? I feel like it was probably right before your dunk on Eastern.
No, the last time I took a sip of it was probably middle school field trip here for the Shakespeare Festival.
Really?
Yeah. And I'll never do it again.
You came down here?
I bet if you took a sip before a game, you'd probably be like Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
I'd probably yak and feel terrible for the whole game.
Can you? Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, who's better in Space Jam, like as a player, Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, Jordan by
Jordan.
far.
I didn't watch the LeBron one.
I didn't either.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't. He didn't. He wasn't good. He didn't play well.
It was awful. So
no, he played like a god, like they do in like whenever you're a main character in a
stretch arm and shit.
No, he didn't have the stretch arm, but it was just like
that's where they messed up.
Jordan was just the originator of it. Like LeBron shouldn't have even tried to do that.
They really shouldn't have made a second one. That's just weird.
And just the plot of it and like the characters and everything, it's just
they were lucky the first one was so good. Like that plot, like that's pretty hard to make good, and they somehow did with Mike.
And plus,
shouldn't have tried it again with Braun.
The first one was actually like kind of funny in its
Yeah.
own ways, but the second one was just cringeworthy. But it was kind of cool when they like animated LeBron and they sort of like turned into like a real Looney Tune.
I think I might have seen that part before. I don't know if someone sent me a clip or what, because I didn't watch the Jordan one until I've never watched it all the way through, but until probably these guys were kids, I never watched it. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But you've watched it all the way through since then.
I think so. I can't guarantee it, but I know
you're a Jordan fan. You still haven't watched
crazy.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me Jordan's a GOAT and you haven't even seen Space Jam?
I just found it silly. I thought it was kind of embarrassing that he did it, but I was also like in high school when he made it.
I think that added to his legend.
Yeah, that's the only reason I think he's the GOAT.
Just because of Space Jam.
No, that was an amazing film.
Yeah, it really was. It's like my favorite movie as a kid.
Really?
For like not like for a while, and like after once I got to middle school, I probably didn't really watch it that much. But
yeah, I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, I've watched it a million times probably.
If I'd have been a little kid, I probably would have liked it.
You gotta watch it. It's actually kind of funny too. Like
I've watched it enough to know that I don't really care about it.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Teach his own.
Yeah.
Can you talk to the viewers about your pregame meal routine?
Yeah, what's that about?
You know, my pregame meal routine is something a little different that I've been cooking up for years. We got this 5-6 pack of Hostess donuts, some Reese's, 4-pack hopefully, nice little energy drink or some sort, something like that, maybe a coffee some days, and then probably some like Cheez-Its.
Why the Cheez-Its? I was sold until I heard Cheez-Its.
I love me some Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. My go-to snack usually.
Cheez-Its are delicious.
Yeah, Cheez-Its go hard.
Especially the extra toasty ones. You ever had those?
Nah, I just rock with the original.
Fair enough.
Is it really like, is that the same routine every time, or is it just like a lot of sugar?
It's a
and
lot of
caffeine?
sugar usually. I usually get the donuts for sure.
Mm.
Just because I like them, but
Yeah, the game or the pregame before the dunk against Eastern, he had
yeah,
the
that was the exact what I just listed was the exact before the dunk. That was the
Oh,
exact
really?
meal I had before that game. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure he had chocolate milk too.
Oh
Along with
yeah,
the
I did
energy
have the
drink.
chocolate milk.
So it could have been the chocolate milk.
Could have been.
That's why I was thinking of Space Jam, like MJ Secret stuff.
Uh-huh.
Remember, like
Chocolate
the little
milk.
bottle he would drink.
I remember it now, but I didn't remember
It
that.
was literally just water, and he just wrote MJ Secret stuff on it, and he gave it to all the Looney Tunes, and they all thought that they were like Michael Jordan.
Are you serious? I took nutrition here. I went to I got health and PE degree.
I would probably break every rule you've ever learned in nutrition class.
Well, so we had this the teacher for nutrition was really hard. Like difficult teacher. She taught exercise physiology and the nutrition. Those were like the two hardest in the PE department. And she was very natural. Like she would come in with like her organic granola and whatever, and not eat any artificial sugar ingredients or anything. And so I got along with her pretty well just because I was a good student. And so but I remember asking, like, talking about game day nutrition, and she's like, to be honest, the best thing, if you're going to have something right before the game, the best thing that you can have is probably a really sugary caffeinated soda. Like that's going to be, your body's going to break it down the quickest, and you're going to have immediate energy. So there is science behind it, but it also leads to crash. So
There's a little method to my madness. You know?
yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of supporting what you're saying. It's not necessarily that bad.
Yeah, I remember Jason Kidd's my favorite player ever.
Uh-huh.
And I remember watching a lot of his games, and they would like show him in the locker room or whatever before the game, and he would always have a Pepsi.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Works.
I got this strategy from Chad Ochocinco. I was watching a documentary on him when I was a kid, and he would always have McDonald's before practice and stuff. So I was like, fuck it. If Chad Ochocinco's looking like that and eating McDonald's every day, I don't give a fuck what I eat. Like
Oh, you're a real fan when you stick with Ochocinco.
yeah,
He's a Bengals
Chad's the
fan.
boy. I am a Bengals fan.
Yeah. I just mean over Johnson. I like Chad Ochocinco, but he'll always be Chad Johnson to me.
No, it's Ochocinco.
What?
Yeah.
He's always Ochocinco, 8'5".
8'5", what?
That was like the Beavers were just so bad for so long.
Yeah.
And then when Chad Johnson and TJ Hushmanzada showed up, and it was just like
dope.
all of a sudden they were like top 5 in the country. Didn't they get in the top? They were like 3 or something.
Yeah,
they got really
made
high.
Some huge bowl, like the Sugar Bowl or something.
Yeah.
Texas and Chad Johnson opening in zone.
They played Notre Dame.
Yeah, something like that.
Who was their quarterback? Wasn't it
It's the guy that's their coach now, right? Or no?
I think he was before. I think he was.
Was
in the
it?
90s. I want to say it was like, God, he's like fairly famous quarterback. Jonathan Anderson played for the Panthers. Yeah.
No, it's not. Is it Anderson?
Yeah.
It's not Jonathan. It's Derek.
Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Jonathan Smith.
Yeah. Jonathan Smith is their coach, right?
Yeah.
And he was a good quarterback.
Derek Anderson. Yeah.
Oh, he could sling it. Yeah.
He was really good. Played in the NFL for like 15 years.
Yep.
Like he had a really long, good career.
My last high school basketball game was a loss to Derek Anderson.
Wow.
Because we were at the state tournament in Corvallis, and we had a good team. Like my whole life was dedicated to winning the state championship. My dad won a state championship when he was in high school, so that was like my dream, right? He always talked about how cool it was.
Yeah.
So my senior year, we had a good squad. We were like in the top 5 in the state all year long. This is 3A when 4A was the biggest, So we're playing.
Were you at Marshfield?
I was at Reed Sport.
Oh, okay.
Reed Sport, and the other top teams were Henley, who had Tim Frost, and he played at Utah. He was 6'10", big. I played on an AAU team with him. Luke Jackson at Cresswell, they were good. He was a junior. He was a year younger. Tough. And then Pleasant Hill had a really good team too. They had a 6'7" guy who James Tharp, who played here, and then I lived in Korea with him. We taught English in Korea together.
You lived in Korea?
Yeah, I lived in Korea.
Dang.
And then we had a 6'8". They had a 6'8" guy, Kevin Broderick Carty, who played at Western, and then they had another 6'5" guy, which was big for our area, Miles Sangaith, who played at Willamette. And then they had like a really feisty point guard, Joe something, I believe is Joe. I can't remember his last name, but anyway, so they were really good. So we were one of the top teams. So we won our first round game against Yamhill Carlton, kind of controlled the game. Second round, we played Sisters, who was good. And we trailed a lot of the game. And then we kind of came back and took kind of control at the end. I made the last 4 points. They were all free throws, but I made 2 free throws to take the lead. Then we got a stop. We threw it into me. Of course, I was a point guard. I got fouled again, made 2 free throws. And so after my second free throw, the crowd's chanting, "It's all over." Our crowd starts chanting, "It's all over." So they call a timeout. They have to go full length of the court, 1.9 seconds left. And
you guys were up 2?
Up 3, 1.9 seconds left.
And you didn't foul.
They threw it to half court, and they did. We were poorly prepared. I really like my high school coach. He was awesome. We were not prepared for final play. Threw it to half court, threw it to another guy. And here's another thing. There's no way they could have done all this in 1.9 seconds. But anyway, there was a pass, a catch, 2 dribbles, fade away into their bench. My best man for my wedding just like pile drives him into the bench, banks it in, and foul and one at the buzzer, goes to the line, hits it. We lose by 1. 4-point play at the buzzer, second round of the state tournament. Oh my God.
I would not invite that man to my wedding.
I cried a lot. It was horrible. And so then that was a night game. So then at 8 a.m, we were playing Derek Anderson and Scappoose, and we were better than them, but it was just like
couldn't guard him.
We just couldn't care. Like, it was like we were so demoralized from the game before, because we wanted to win state championship. We thought we had a chance, which we might have. Pleasant Hill was a little bit better than us, and they had beaten us previously, but we thought we had a chance to beat them, and we would have played them next.
What about Luke Jackson and Cresswell over there?
They were really good, but they weren't as good, and it was all him, really. Yeah. He was doing everything. And so I think his senior year they won.
Yeah, Ron Lampe was their coach.
Yeah, at Cresswell.
Yeah, he coached at Sheldon when I was at South Eugene.
Yeah, so that's how it went down, losing to Derek Anderson.
South products.
Different.
And then I went to Lane Community College.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
LCC Demons.
So Derek Anderson, back to Chad Johnson. Didn't he eat Ocho Cinco? Didn't he eat McDonald's for like every meal?
Yeah, no, not every meal. Probably not every meal. I assume not. That'd be pretty.
He's been talking a lot since he retired. Like, he said that
he still eats McDonald's to this day.
Does he really?
He's like famous for like leaving like $3,000 tips for like $30
he's a
meal.
super good guy. It seems like.
Yeah.
He talks about how he used to like sleep at the Bengals facility and like
save that cheddar.
Yeah, save money, and like he always flies like the worst airlines in like the very back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like he just like, as long as I get to A to B, like it doesn't matter if I fly first class or whatever. And how he used to wear like fake jewelry.
Oh, really? He wore fake jewelry all the time?
Yeah, or he would like get his earrings from Claire's or stuff. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like he's just like, what's the point of flexing? Like, girls are gonna like you for who you are, regardless of your jewelry.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because he had a grill too, right? Didn't he wear his grill in games?
The gold grill is probably real though.
Yeah, I'm sure he has some that was real, but I think the majority of his stuff was.
I thought he was hilarious. That's when I like started liking the Bengals kind of, because I just thought Chad Johnson was hilarious, and he turned to Chad Ochocinco, and it was even more funny.
Yeah, his touchdown celebrations were undefeated.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
I rock with Randy Moss crazy too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, one season with the Patriots was insane, and when he was with the Vikings too. Yeah,
when he first burst on the scene, because didn't he have
Culpepper
22 touchdowns with Minnesota one season or something?
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw this the other day. Like, his career receiving yards, he's still like 8,000 yards behind Jerry Rice or something. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, Rice played so long and just did it for so long.
But still, just like that continued excellence, like LeBron. Just like insane.
Yeah, totally different, because LeBron's more of a quarterback. Like he's more dictating the action.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, just to be able to do that and have like that record and be so far ahead of other really good receivers like T.O. and like Randy Moss and those guys is pretty insane.
That's true. Jerry was my favorite. I watched him score a touchdown at Candlestick Park.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
it was great.
It's good to be a Niners fan.
No, it's not. It's a rough year, eh?
No, it's a good year. Made it same.
First time.
Made it the same distance as the Bengals.
Yeah, no, it's a tough year for me too.
It's tough year when you lose in the Super Bowl.
You gotta get used to it as a Blazers fan.
Yeah, the heartbreak.
Losing in the playoffs is every year thing. Not
Yeah.
good enough to get a first pick. Not bad enough to lose in the playoffs every year.
Just mediocre.
Yep, it's tough. No future.
How do you feel about Joe Burrow?
Joe Shiesty?
Yeah.
Who's Joe Burrow?
That's the boy. I love Joe Burrow. That man's won me many bets.
Really?
Many bets. I'm undefeated on Joe Burrow bets, some would say.
Yeah, I love Joe Burrow.
Anytime I bet on Joe Burrow, he comes through.
So you didn't bet on the game against the Chiefs, you're saying?
Mm-mm.
What? I already forgot what happened. What happened?
This year?
Yeah. How many did they lose by? Was it a touchdown?
I think it was a field goal because the guy hit him. Patrick Mahomes laid out of bounds. It gave him that.
Oh my God! Now I remember. Yeah. Which was stupid of that guy, but it was still really, really sucked.
I would have hit him too.
Yeah, I mean it's just so hard. I feel like as a defensive player, like you're always taught like hit the quarterback, hit the quarterback, hit the quarterback, and then you have a chance to hit him, and it's just like he was clearly out of bounds. Like it was, I don't think it was a bad call, but like he
had
like
harder.
1 foot out of bounds. Like it's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And it was a push in the back, right? It wasn't like
he hit him pretty good.
He got him a nice little shove.
Mahomes went flying pretty good.
Is Mahomes the GOAT?
Not my goat.
Not yet. I think it's still a little early.
Yeah.
It seems like from a talent, just pure talent, he's
got it.
I think so, but you still have to. I think
goat.
you got to play a little longer.
What do you think's better, his accuracy or his voice?
Accuracy.
Yeah.
His voice is pretty.
Nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah, his voice is pretty funny to me.
Can you imitate it?
No, I don't think I could. I honestly don't think I could.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what even like sounds like.
It's weirdly like gargled and high pitched and like.
It's so weird. You look at him, and that's just not what you expect to come out of his mouth.
Have you seen that one video of him when he's like, there's like a voiceover and he's like looking at people. He's like, I'm here. I'm here. He's like, I'm here. I'm here.
You were the one telling me about that recently, right?
It gets me dying every time. I gotta find it and show you. Because his voice does kind of sound like a super high pitched like Cookie Monster almost. I don't know. That might be a bad comparison.
No, it does kind of sound like what I'm imagining Cookie Monster. I don't really remember.
Yeah, 2 Super Bowls.
Did you watch Sesame Street?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
No, not really, honestly.
What were your shows as a kid?
I was a Barney
ton
guy.
of SpongeBob.
I watched Barney too.
I watched a ton of SpongeBob.
You did?
SpongeBob was definitely the go-to.
Teletubbies too. That was my shit.
Yeah, I remember a little Teletubbies for sure.
Looking back on it, they were pretty creepy.
Yeah, super creepy. A lot of the shows back then were kind of creepy.
SpongeBob was like a
goated show. It's just hilarious.
100%.
It had like a bunch of like jokes that were like just on the cusp where an adult would laugh, but it's not like too.
Yeah.
That was more like up to like 10. You know what I mean? Like
I'll still watch a couple episodes of SpongeBob every once in a while.
No, yeah, it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Like
Wasn't it scientifically proven that SpongeBob makes kids stupider?
I believe
no way.
Science.
Yeah. And 90% of my school skills from SpongeBob.
90%.
That was after my time, so I didn't grow up with it.
Problem solving.
SpongeBob is hilarious.
Comedy.
Yeah. Common sense.
Common sense.
Does SpongeBob have ADHD? Does SpongeBob like Sandy? Does SpongeBob like Squidward? Does SpongeBob have autism? Does SpongeBob have a girlfriend? Does SpongeBob have hair? And does SpongeBob make you dumb? Those are the searches that come up.
It's crazy.
SpongeBob make you dumb. No SpongeBob for Coy.
He's seen it before.
You be playing GTA, huh?
Not Koi, but Teo.
That's why
Teo.
Teo's a demon.
I know Teo's just a menace on GTA.
He likes driving.
I bet. Driving over people, huh?
Driving through crowds.
He doesn't get too crazy, but it does do something. He'll have bad dreams after it. And we've talked a lot about death recently.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's a tough conversation.
Yeah, what happens when you die and all that, and it's a tough answer.
It's a tough answer.
It's like there's a lot of theories out there, but
I feel like
Who actually
I feel like Teo could be the guy where if he hits somebody in the game, he's like, sorry.
Well, when he's doing it, he's pretty aggressive though. Like he doesn't really feel sorry for kids when he's smashing into them.
He's got that dog in him.
He does, a little bit.
He gets a little adrenaline rush when he gets those stars.
There's something, yeah. There's something about it.
3 stars makes him sweat.
No, he loves getting the tank and just like shooting down as many helicopters as he can and shooting as many cars as he can.
Demon.
Yeah, he doesn't really like shooting the people, but like like shooting cars, and he likes driving fast.
Yeah, I loved driving when I was a kid on Grand Theft.
It's just
like a good time.
No other games like it, because we started on Cars, Disney Cars video game. Have you ever played that before? It's like a pretty basic. It's kind of fun because we'll race on it. It's a pretty basic like racing game. And then I have told the story before, but when we were moving from Decatur, we were just like cleaning out the little man cave or whatever, and he was in there with me, and he saw GTA, and he's like, "What's this game?" I'm like, "It's just the coolest game ever invented." And he's like, "I want to play." Of course, I knew he was going to say that. So just like when we turned it on and we started driving, he was just mind blown. Like, "Whoa, this is so real!"
Yeah, the graphics are pretty insane in that game.
It's pretty impressive,
especially for a game that came out in like 2013, 2012, something like that.
Yeah,
can't wait. I might have to get a system when GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, that game will be crazy.
Isn't it supposed to be soon? It seems like it's supposed to have been out a while ago.
They've been lying about it. Who knows?
I think there's like making it and almost finished with it is what I heard last.
Those games take forever to make.
Well, and I think if I remember the reports correctly, I think that they're making like multiple like places you can travel to. It isn't like one.
That's
big
what I've heard also.
Oh,
it's like I think it's supposed to be like overseas, and like you can go to like Mexico and like America and like
that's awesome.
Too, so it's like 3 worlds in one, I think. But
yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
Why don't they just make the whole world, and then you can just go wherever you want?
That'd probably take them like 50 years.
Years, yeah. It's a lot of ground to cover on making graphics.
A lot of details.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
My favorite conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
So you're not big into conspiracy theories?
I'm not big. I'm not super big. Like I'll catch a YouTube video every once in a while. And I'm like, that's pretty interesting. But I'm more of like a mystery guy. Like, have you ever heard of DB Cooper?
Maybe.
Like, hijacked a plane back in like the 70s or something and just disappeared off. Like he just got like a parachute off the plane.
Yeah.
Nobody ever found him. He's jumped out in the middle of the night. That type of stuff. I watch documentaries on that all night. That shit's crazy to me.
You watched it last night?
No, I'll watch them. Like I've watched it a bunch of times. Like just like random YouTube videos. There's a documentary on Netflix that came out. That came out not too long ago.
I do remember this. My dad was talking about this.
Yeah, I think that type of stuff is insane. That's not really like a conspiracy theory, but
I'm convinced that professional sports are a little rigged.
They're definitely rigged, man. It's
like
weird.
Like
I don't think basketball is as rigged as people think it is, but I think football is starting to get there.
What do you like how exactly? Like I don't disagree, but I just want to see what you say.
Like I remember, I want to say it was the 2015-16 NBA Finals when the Warriors played against the Cavs, and I think it was game 4 or 5 in Cleveland. I think it was game 4, where Draymond Green got a technical early in the game, and then like right before halftime, he like just went on a tirade at the refs and got another one. And then we all went into halftime thinking, oh, Draymond Green's ejected. Like, that sucks. And then they come out of the halftime and they're like, oh, the refs make an announcement like, oh, that technical was actually on Ty Lue or on Steve Kerr or something like that. And they took away the second technical on Draymond. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like everyone just witnessed, like, clearly it was Draymond, like, barking at the refs. Steve Kerr wasn't saying anything, and then they give it to Steve Kerr. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I do.
No.
I vaguely remember it, and I think you've brought it up before. Not on the podcast necessarily, but I think you may have mentioned it before. But do you have any other examples, or is it just when it was against your favorite player?
Well, I
Was it
mean,
just
it
that one
helped the
time?
Warriors because Draymond Green wasn't ejected.
Yeah,
So,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I
It
mean,
was against your favorite player. That's what I'm saying.
he's not my favorite player. Jason Kidd's my
Oh yeah,
favorite player.
you just said that. Yeah.
I just think he's the best of all time. But I mean, even mostly, I think it just goes towards like big market teams.
Mm,
Like, I just think they would rather have a lot of viewership and be able to get a lot of sponsorship dollars as opposed to like, a small market team that should and could win, but they, wouldn't generate as much revenue.
right.
And then obviously you always hear about leaks about like, oh, this is rigged, or the officials calling it one way or whatnot. But
So you don't necessarily think it's the players under control, like someone's controlling the players. It's like more of an officials type of thing. Like the league controls the way it's called.
yeah, like I think there could be times where teams just shoot the piss out of it and, they happen to upset. But I think like if the league has it its way, like they will control the game if they can.
Yeah.
Like they want certain teams in.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought that too.
Or just like calling fouls to keep it closer.
Right. Or like covering spreads or like stuff like that too.
Uh-huh.
Never know. Refs have been caught for gambling before.
Yeah, that Tim Don. Have you? I think.
Yeah, we talked about Tim
Did you
Donaghy.
see that documentary on Netflix?
I never watched it. No.
It's pretty intense.
I could never be a ref.
Yeah,
I'd be
especially.
betting for sure.
Did he call out other people on that?
He called out David Stern, the commissioner, for like wanting certain matchups to happen.
That's pretty crazy.
Have you seen it?
The documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
watched it too?
last year, I think, at Lane when I was living there.
Yeah, it was. Well, and they dive into a bunch of other topics too. Like it isn't just like they go into like and one, and like how they started and all the money they generated and how all the people associated with and one were like criminals and like bad people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
This is part of the Tim Donaghy.
Well, it's like it's all like a series of like stories of like controversial sports topics, and they talk about like the Arizona State betting scandal.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, like a bunch of players.
Is that the cash and bags one? I do remember that. That was like in the 80s or 90s,
early 2000s.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I do remember that though.
Yeah, they were like working for bookies and like throwing games. Like,
was that James Harden time?
No, it was before him.
Before him.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Harden was like late 2000s, like 2008-ish.
Okay.
And this might have been like late 90s, like 99, 98, like around there.
I do kind of remember it.
But yeah, they just tell a bunch of stories about controversial sports issues, and the Tim Donaghy one was especially insane.
And how do I find it? It's on Netflix, you said?
It's called like Untold.
Okay.
Yeah, Untold is a bunch of documentaries.
Yeah.
The one on the Ron Artest, Mouse in the Palace.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh yeah.
That was a really good one. That was probably my favorite one other than the Tim Donaghy one.
I want to watch that. I remember watching that because it was on NBC, and that was crazy. Yeah. Because they just kept showing the whole thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
wild.
Like that was crazy. This Untold looks good. There's a lot of them.
Jackson.
Yeah. Oh,
just rocking dudes in the crowd.
Steven Jackson was all about it.
Mink.
Yeah. That
Jermaine
happened nowadays. They'd
O'Neal.
probably be banned from the NBA.
Definitely. We need another trash talker like Reggie Miller.
Yeah, who are the best trash talkers? That's kind of disappeared a little bit.
Not real about it. They're all weird about it.
Yeah.
They all go way too over the top and get texts when you need to do it quietly. Scenes. So people get pissed. Like Reggie Miller would get people pissed off and they'd like shove him or something and he'd act like a saint and like he did nothing. Right. I love that shit. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, they had some battles with the Bulls.
Yeah, I think trash talkers are hilarious on the court. I think that shit is so funny.
So Reggie Miller's your favorite though?
Trash talker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was super funny with it.
Yeah, who?
Jordan was pretty good trash talker. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was good.
Larry Bird was kind of a demon with it.
Ja Morant talks a lot.
Yeah, I don't like it. I
He's
don't
kind
like
of a
his
whack
type of
trash
talking shit.
talker.
I don't
It's,
like it at all
corny.
either. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just a different world.
Pat Bev's trash talker. He's funny.
Yeah.
I like when he mimics people.
Yeah, I like players that get under other people's skin. That shit's funny.
Like the other day when they were playing Portland had like a 20-point lead, and the Lakers came back and won. And when the Lakers like took the lead for good, he like kept doing the Dame time thing, like, making fun of it. It was pretty funny.
Did you like when they won the play-in game and they jumped around and like took their shirts off and he jumped on the
He was
scores table?
crying.
Yeah,
He was crying, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
he won
corny.
the championship.
Barely making to the playoffs, acting like that. That's probably why.
Yep. And then they lost real quick.
Yeah.
Was there any other stories you want to share? Any good news you want to share with the world?
Not in particular, I don't think.
You have a hot take?
Hot take.
Spicy one.
No, honestly, I don't think.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No, I don't think I got any hot takes on me.
Lame.
Big weekend coming up with the games.
Huge weekend.
It's going to be exciting. Travel up to Salem and Eugene. Everyone come watch us. I do think that we're going to have a big crowd on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Friday too, because I know some people up there that I think will be there. But
I got some rowdy boys coming.
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Some menaces.
gonna be great. What are your friends into in Eugene?
We're just all chillers. We just kind of hang out. We're all pretty much the same vibe. I don't know, just go around Eugene, local pubs and stuff.
Video gamers.
Not too heavy. Definitely a little bit though. There's a lot of, I don't know, in the summer it's a lot more fun in Eugene because there's a lot of swimming spots and stuff. Just go hang out with a bunch of people.
Where are the spots?
There's a ton of lakes around Eugene. If you got a boat, it's a lot more fun to go to the lakes, but there's like a lot of jump spots. I like Wave Train by Otson Footbridge.
Wave Train?
Yeah, it's just like a train of rapids in this random spot, and you can just ride them down. It's super fun.
Oh, you float down?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to, is it Wildwood? Like
yeah, a bunch of times.
You go there? That's where
Yeah.
we used to go.
I like Dorena Lake.
Yeah. Have you ever
pretty dope.
jumped off Dorena Drop?
I don't think I've ever even been to Dorena Drop.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, I've jumped off that a few times.
I like the rock slide.
Wait, is that by
Triangle Lake.
Wildwood? Oh, Triangle Lake. Oh, yeah.
I've had friends jump off the Otson Footbridge into Wave Train before.
Is it deep enough?
Crazy, barely. Like you'll hit your feet on the ground for sure.
Yeah,
If that one's sketchy. I wouldn't do that, but I'll jump off pretty much anything.
We used to have a bridge over the river by Reed Sport that we used to jump off a lot, and it was like 45 feet. It was pretty high. But Dorena Drop's higher. It's like 60 or 70 or something. That's what they told us anyway.
There's a drop out by the rock slides too. It's pretty big.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd gainer it.
Is the gainers your move?
No, I try to do gainers all the time and never complete it.
Really?
I can't get the rotation. I don't know why.
I used to like to do gainers.
I can do a front flip and a back flip, but can't do a gainer. Maybe it's because I'm blind. I don't know.
Well, it's hard, and you if you don't have like it's real hard if you're just going straight off a ledge. If you don't have like at least a step to get going.
I just go for it. I can do like front flips on ground and stuff like that. But
really,
yeah,
you can do a front flip on the ground.
Yeah, I got a video if you want to see it.
I want to see it. Yeah. Wow. Do you ever do backflips on the ground?
I can do a backflip on a trampoline. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous to do a backflip on the ground.
You should hit one for a celebration.
Front flip?
Yeah.
Backflips
I try.
Should be easier though, right?
You think?
Whoa, that is nice. Glasses on?
Yeah, that was a while ago. 2020.
Dang.
I do it better now. I'm a little bit more athletic.
Yep.
Maybe.
So who are your friends that you want to shout out coming to the game this weekend?
I don't know. Let me think.
Nobody?
I got my dude Jake, Eric, Sedarius. His name's Cedar. I just call him Sedarius.
His name's Cedar though?
Yeah. He hates when we call him that, but I always call him that.
Jake, Eric, and Cedar.
Yeah, I think
We'll see you there.
Jackson for show too. Jay Noggs, Huge Sports. Shout out Huge
Jackson.
Sports on Twitter.
Huge Sports, Eugene Sports.
Might be something else now, but it used to be Huge Sports.
What's his last name?
Noggle. Jackson Noggle.
Jackson Noggle. We'll check him out. Can't wait for this weekend. Shout out Northwest Pizza for our sponsorship. We love you guys. Morgan's killing it. All you guys up there.
Pasta's fire.
Pasta's fire. Yeah. Everything up there is good. Any wise words for the road?
Death, taxes, and Chad Ochocinco in the end zone.
We're out.